Hello everyone. The world's hot news for today is the tensions over Taiwan that spiked due to the recent visit by U.S. Representative Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Everyone must be wondering about the issues going on with China and Taiwan, and what U.S. have to do with this issue. I will be explaining each and everything that you need to know about China and Taiwan. What is the history between Taiwan and China? Austronesian tribal people were the first known settlers in Taiwan who came from southern China. It appeared in the AD 239 records of China as an expeditionary force sent by the emperor to explore the place. This is a fact that Beijing uses for its territorial claim. From 1683 to 1895, Taiwan was administered by China's Qing dynasty. Before that it used to known as a Dutch colony in the year between 1624 to 1661. In the year of 1895, Japan won the First Sino-Japanese War and the Qing dynasty had to give up Taiwan to Japan. As the Republic of China was one of the victors in the Second World War, Japan surrendered and had to return the control of territory it took from China, and China started ruling Taiwan with the consent of US and UK, who were their allies. Chiang and the remnants of his Kuomintang government along with their 1.5 million supporters fled to Taiwan in 1949 as a result of their defeat by Mao Zedong's Communist Army during the Civil War. After that, Chiang's troop dominated in the Taiwan politics was known as Mainland Chinese, who established a new government in Taiwan and led for the next 25 years even though they were only 14% of Taiwan's population. Chiang Ching-kuo, son of Chiang, who allowed more democratization after coming to power and had to face resistance from local people. Lee Teng-hui, the president who also known as the father of democracy, led to the constitutional changes which later made the way for election to make Thailand's first non-KMT president, and that was Chen Shui-bian in 2000. How are the relations between China and Taiwan? Even though Taiwan has its own constitution, democratically elected leaders, and about 300,000 active troops in its armed forces, there is still a disagreement and confusion about what Taiwan is. Taiwan, with all the characteristics of an independent state and a political system that differed from China, legal status of Taiwan is still unclear. Relations got improved as Taiwan relaxed their rules on visits and investment in China. Taiwan rejected China's proposal one country two system that allows Taiwan significant autonomy if they agree to come under Beijing's control. China issued a so-called anti-secession law in 2005, a year after Mr. Chen was re-elected, which stated China's right to employ non-peaceful means against Taiwan if it attempted to secede from China. Ma Ying-jeou of the KMT succeeded Mr. Chen in 2008 and attempted to improve relations through commercial agreements. Tsai Ing-wen, the DPP's current leader and the president of Taiwan today, was chosen 8 years later, in 2016. With a record-breaking 8.2 million votes in 2020, Ms. Tsai gained a second term in election what was widely perceived as a snub to Beijing. Many people in Taiwan were keeping a close eye on the upheaval that had been raging in Hong Kong for months due to large-scale protests against the growing influence of the mainland. A national security law that China adopted in Hong Kong later that year is thought to be another indication of Beijing's assertiveness. Some Taiwanese people worry their economy is now hooked into China. Others believe that closer business ties make Chinese group action less likely, due to the price to China's own economy. A controversial trade agreement sparked the Sunflower Movement in 2014, where students and activists occupied Taiwan's parliament protesting against what they called China's growing influence over Taiwan. What U.S. have to do with this Taiwan and China issue? Washington's long-standing policy has been one amongst strategic ambiguity to the extent that it'd intervene militarily if China were to invade Taiwan. Officially, it sticks to the One China policy, that recognizes only one Chinese government, in Beijing, and has formal ties with Beijing instead of Taipei. However, it's conjointly pledged to provide Taiwan with defensive weapons and stressed that any attack by China would cause grave concern. President Joe Biden responded in the affirmative in May 2022 when asked if the U.S. would militarily defend Taiwan. The U.S. position on Taiwan had not changed, the White House promptly stated, and it reaffirmed its support for the One China policy. It similarly goes against Mr. Biden's earlier claims about military assistance for Taiwan. Relations between the U.S. and China have also been strained by the Taiwan issue. Since Mr. Biden's victory, Beijing has increased military intrusions into Taiwan's air defense zone in response to any perceived support for Taipei from Washington. These all are the history and current issues between China and Taiwan and the role of U.S. government in this. If you wish to watch more videos like this, please subscribe my channel so that you get all the important news and information around the globe. Thank you for watching and you have a good day.